Coming up on the MCTV Weekday Update, the month of April is dedicated to sexual assault awareness and prevention. We'll give you tips on how to keep yourself safe.
United Supermarkets now provide their customers with a nutritional rating system. We'll tell you what you need to know about making healthy choices.
Texas Tech National Panhellenic Council Greeks held their first step show over the weekend. We show you the performance highlights.
From the College of Mass Communications on the campus of Texas Tech University, this is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to this week's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm TJ Kern.
And I'm Laura Waldren. The City of Lubbock began construction on 98th Street, and now, 5 years later, residents are concerned about unsafe conditions on the roads. Haley Assiter talks to people affected by the damage.
In 2005, the City of Lubbock discovered a problem with the construction of 98th Street in South Lubbock. The sewer line was not built correctly when the road was constructed, causing cracking and sinking in the roads. Lubbock Mayor Tom Martin says the city spent $4.5 million to tear up 4.5 miles of road, with the exception of a 2-block radius.
This spring, we noticed it was starting to sink again in that 2-block area. The rest of the 4.5 miles is fine because it's been recompacted.
Mayor Martin says the city is planning to buy back 1 occupied house, 1 under construction, and 3 vacant lots that will be demolished and recompacted.
We've made it very clear that we're going to make them whole as we attempt to remediate this problem once and for all.
98th Street neighborhood resident Robert Langhenning says in the 6 years he has lived in his home, he has seen cracking in his fence and walls.
I don't know why I have to be a guinea pig, for their testing. And they've already tested it twice since I've been here, so I figure maybe they tested enough, maybe it'll pass for them. I don't know.
Langhenning says he is frustrated because the city hasn't offered to do anything with his house, just his neighbors across the street.
Well, I just think they need to do something, at least, come talk to me or something. You would think, it's right there. So if it's right there, you can't tell me to just quit at the curb, I don't think.
The City of Lubbock is anticipating the start of reconstruction and hopes this isn't a reoccurring issue. For MCTV News, I'm Haley Assiter.
Thanks, Haley. The U.S. Census website reports 72% of households have mailed back their census forms since March. Yet many college students have yet to do so. Mayor Tom Martin stresses the importance of returning the forms.
We're really making a concerted effort to say, look, folks, if you want to change and improve government, the first thing you have to do is have the political ability to do it, and that requires to have representation.
The forms are used to allocate electoral votes, congressional seats, and government program funding.
Earlier this year, Governor Rick Perry proposed a 5% reduction in funds for state-funded universities. Texas Tech administration has remained optimistic about Tech's financial future by implementing practical money-saving strategies.
Thankfully, that we have been able to be a part of a lot of that discussion and kind of throwing around some ideas and looking for the best ways of making this not impact the university in a negative way overall.
The potential loss could mean about $6 million for the university.
Men's Health magazine lists Lubbock as the 8th drunkest city in America, with the college population accounting for most of the statistics. The percent of Tech students who binge drink is similar to the national average. Dr. Alan Reifman says Lubbock is possibly seeing more alcohol-related offenses due to the recent expansion of alcohol sales in the city.
It seems that either after alcohol sales are expanded, you get a rise in misconduct and alcohol problems, or it stays the same. But I don't think you ever find that greatly expanding alcohol will lower your crime rate.
Sexual assaults are all too common on college campuses nationwide. Tech has dedicated the month of April to sexual assault prevention and awareness. Airden Hansen finds out what students need to know to keep themselves safe.
April is Sexual Assault Prevention Month, and with the Peeping Tom incidents that occurred at the campus dorms last month, it has some students worried about their own safety on and off campus. Corporal Jack Floyd, the crime prevention officer at the Texas Tech Police Department, has tips for students who decide to go out to the bars.
I have actually caught date rape drugs on campus, so we know it's out there. The best advice I can give anybody going down to the Depot District or anywhere off campus to drink is basically watch your drinks. When you don't leave your drinks on the table, go dancing, have a buddy or somebody watch your drinks. Or better yet, once you come back to your table, replace the drink with a new one.
On the weekends, college hotspots like the Broadway Street bars and the Depot District clubs fill up with students ready to drink and have fun. But Leslie Timmons, the Lubbock Rape Crisis Center community educator, says to never get too comfortable with your surroundings because date rape assailants know how to poison a drink without any suspicion.
Usually at clubs, a predator will put it in like a Visine bottle. Or eye drop bottle or something like that, because who's going to be suspicious of somebody that has an eye drop bottle in their pocket at a club? You know, nobody's going to be suspicious of that. An eye drop bottle is usually about the right dosage, and it's very, very simple to just squirt it in a drink.
According to Timmons, in 2009, 43% of rape victims were under the age of 17, while the second largest population was young adults 18 to 24 years of age. Every semester, Tech averages about 3 rapes on campus. To learn more about how to prevent assault or how to get involved in Sexual Assault Awareness Month on the Tech campus, you can visit the Student Wellness Center. For MCTV, I'm Airden Hansen.
A Texas Tech student began his own recycling company after discovering a need for better recycling efforts in Lubbock. Jordan Allen takes a look at the business he created.
North Americans throw away 2.5 million plastic bottles every hour. There are easy ways to recycle those bottles and other solid waste. Texas Tech senior Rustin Popejoy started his own recycling business to give people living in Lubbock an environmentally friendly option. Popejoy says he launched his business because he saw a need for a way to better the environment.
I just saw that a lot of people weren't recycling that wanted to, and so we started up the business and went door-to-door advertising, and yeah.
Popejoy says that it's important to recycle because of Lubbock's poor ranking in recycling.
I think it's important to recycle because of the growing landfill in Lubbock. We are rated the 5th worst city in the United States for recycling. And so, it's important to have that sense of community to build up a better city and build up a better future.
For residential, our cycle will lease out 2 12.5-gallon bins for $25 a month. They will then come once a week to pick up your recycled material and distribute it for you. Recycling is one of the easiest ways to make a difference. You can call our cycle at 806-224-3039. With MCTV, this is Jordan Allen.
Still to come, we'll take a look at the need for a homeless shelter within the Lubbock community.
And the Tech School of Nursing provides assistance for expectant mothers in the Lubbock area.
Americans is struggling with hunger. Who's the 1 in 8 in your life? You can help today. Visit feedingamerica.org/1 in 8 to find your local food bank.
So, do you have any questions?
What is your soup of the day?
We have a mulligatawny soup.
Oh, do you have any specials?
We have a steak special today.
Oh, how's that cooked?
That's pan-seared and then...
Does it come with a side dish? Is it grilled? Can I have it steamed? So, what do you recommend? What kind of pie do you have? You're an actor. Aren't you from Ohio?
Any questions?
Ask questions. For the 10 questions everyone should know, go to ahrq.gov.
Global warming is a problem.
It's a problem.
I wanted to do something to become more energy efficient.
To protect the environment.
To protect the future.
So I turned to Energy Star for help.
Energy Star is helping me be part of the solution.
Everyone can join the fight against global warming. Go to EnergyStar.gov to learn what you can do.
Together,
we can all make a difference.
Welcome back to the MCTV Weekly Update. I'm Adam Wadsworth.
And I'm Sam Ng. The Wings of Freedom tour returns to Lubbock with historic aircraft flown as early as World War II. Laura Waldren finds out more about the U.S. tour.
Each year, the Old Lubbock Airport plays host to historic airplanes flown by pilots on the Wings of Freedom tour. The tour is held in many cities across the U.S. to promote education as well as honor those soldiers who fought for the freedom we enjoy today. Planes like this B-24 bomber are part of this historic fleet and are seen on a daily basis by citizens across the U.S. The B-24 Witchcraft bomber from World War II is special on the tour because it is the only one of its kind still in operation today.
There were over 18,800 of them manufactured to serve in World War II. Of that number, there are just slightly more than 10 that are in existence today. And of that 10 or 11, there's only one that is operational in its original configuration as a bomber, and that is the one that we fly.
Hogue says he believes these planes serve many purposes nationwide, including educating our nation's youth on historical events like World War II and the hardships our veterans endured for this country.
So to me, it's an honor to be able to come out here and take part in this and be a part of it to bring this as an educational tool to the younger people who may not really understand what World War II was and what the challenges that were faced by all the people that had to engage in it.
Texas Tech history major Eddie Vandekamp came to the Wings of Freedom tour to show his appreciation and satisfy his love for history and his country.
I think it's a great experience as majoring in history to kind of actually see what they saw, see what the planes were like, what it's like in the inside, see the conditions that the pilots flew in during World War II, as well as kind of has a very positive reaction, makes you appreciate it a lot more, living more modern times, makes you appreciate what they went through.
Vandekamp says he believes being able to go inside these historic World War II planes is a one-of-a-kind experience.
You'll never forget something like this, getting to actually go inside a World War II aircraft and look at it.
For MCTV, I'm Laura Waldren.
Thanks, Laura. The number of homeless people in Lubbock continues to rise each year, especially with the state of the economy. Sam Ing reports that Lubbock residents are becoming increasingly concerned and ready to take action.
The homeless issue in Lubbock has been an ongoing concern among the residents and City Council. Just last month, the City Council rejected a committee on homelessness in a 4-3 vote. The committee was to meet every 3 months to study the homeless issue in the Lubbock area.
They're going to meet once every 3 months and try to hammer out questions for the homeless need shelter tonight. They don't need a committee meeting 3 weeks or 3 months from now. These people need help.
Although the committee was turned down, there are some places that still support and try to help the homeless, such as the Salvation Army and Carpenter's Church. Carpenter's Church held prayer vigils at the library every night for the homeless and anyone who wanted to come. Chad Wheeler, a pastor at the church, said the vigils started due to the Salvation Army not having enough space for the growing homeless population.
So I invited the homeless people in to pray with us, and some stayed up all night and some slept, and it just kind of was a creative way to provide shelter and escape from the cold elements outside.
Wheeler said the vigils stopped on March 15th of this year because of the warmer weather and some homeless would rather sleep outside, but they do plan on starting them back up later this year. The Salvation Army is the main emergency shelter in the Lubbock area. Diane Hudson, Director of Family Services, said that up until recently, the family rooms were completely filled.
Up until this month, we have had our family rooms have been completely full. As soon as we get a family out, they leave, we slide one into that room. We have been full since probably about the middle of March last year with a family in every room.
Statistics show that the rate of homelessness in Lubbock has increased over the years and has become a larger problem in the area. But is the current homeless issue a result of the economic downfall? For more information about the homeless rate in Lubbock and full details of the City Council's rejection of the Homeless Committee, go to LubbockOnline.com or visit Lubbock's Community Development website. For MCTV, I'm Sam Ing. Nutrition and medical experts are teaming up with grocery stores nationwide to provide consumers with nutritional data. Amanda Bateman reports that United Supermarkets have adopted a nutritional rating system to help with their customers' nutrition.
The
nutrition facts label is an important part of every product, but do consumers really understand how to read the nutrition facts label? Here at United Supermarkets, they have done just that. With the new VAL system, they are now showing consumers how nutritional their product is. The new VAL system is a way of scoring food based on its nutritional value. The system ranks products from 1 to 100, and the higher the score, the more nutritional the food is.
One number that would be very quick, a quick as the snap judgment for our store guests to be able to make decisions for helping to prevent chronic disease or even treat and manage chronic disease.
Scores are displayed on shelf tags and labels, and foods ranging from produce, candies, chips, and meat have been scored.
They have presented this system to the FDA and USDA. It's getting very favorable responses, and so it could possibly be destined to be the national standard of the future.
Audra Dangerfield, a store guest, says she does not know much about the new VAL system, but that it could be beneficial for her grocery shopping.
Especially now, since I do have a baby and I'm going to have more kids, if it has anything to do with nutrition or helping me with that, then I'm going to want to know more.
Basically, the equation for scoring is the good stuff divided by the bad stuff. So things that would be in the numerator of the equation are things that would be weighted very heavily, like fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, beneficial vitamins and minerals.
Carter also says brand name foods do not play a factor when scoring food, only the recipe of the food and its contents.
The denominator nutrients are the bad stuff. So saturated fat, trans fat, those are going to be weighted very heavily to cause a score to go down. Also, any added sugars.
Store guest Jeff Montanoni says he is interested in the efficiency of the new VAL system.
Because right now I'm doing Weight Watchers, so I'm scoring food on my phone as I go on, so if there's a better system to do it, then yeah, I definitely do it.
For additional information about new VAL, log on to unitedtexas.com. For MCTV News, I'm Amanda Bateman.
Thanks, Amanda. Coming up after the break, communication students gear up for the National Student Advertising Competition.
And Vanessa reports on the Greek Step Show held at Estacado High School over the weekend.
You were the last to be born in a family of 7 brothers. That's why you had to sleep on the 7th bunk bed and you developed vertigo. And that's why you couldn't become a pilot and you had to study engineering. You patented 367 inventions, but only 3 made it to market. The Clap Clap Candle, the Lazy Runners, and the Frit and Go. That's why you don't have an apartment on the 16th floor, and you have it on the 5th. But that's where you met Carmen. After 237 dates, you finally proposed. With her, you had 3 children. The 4th ended up being a dog. It's not the same, but he adores you. Numbers change your life. That's why you should take control of your credit score by keeping your credit card balances low. For more tips, visit numberschangeyourlife.org.
Thanks. You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pass the honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in. I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
Welcome back to the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Haley Assiter.
And I'm Amber Edwards. Each year, Tech School of Nursing collects items through a baby shower aimed at promoting prenatal and expectant mothers. Sam Ng has more on the event.
Texas Tech's Perry School of Nursing hosted the 8th annual Stork's Nest Baby Shower on Thursday. The Stork's Nest is sponsored by the March of Dimes and is designed to help pregnant women and teens receive early and regular prenatal care. Assistant professor in the Perry School of Nursing, Linda Bryce, said the Stork's Nest is a great program because it gives pregnant women and teens the opportunity to receive help.
Lubbock has such a high rate of preterm birth, low birth weight babies, infant mortality, babies that are in the NICU because of complications. A lot of this has to do with the fact that mom's not getting enough prenatal care, or maybe no prenatal care at all.
Participants in the Stork's Nest program can go to various classes to earn points to receive necessities for their babies such as diapers, baby bags, and even a stroller. Last year, the baby shower raised over $48,000 in new baby items and monetary donations. Bryce said they have exceeded that amount at this year's shower.
But I think we're over 70,000 right now, and if we reach about 72,000, that will put us over donating in the last 8 years $250,000 worth of baby items back to the community.
Program Director of the March of Dimes, Amy Johnson, said the program helps many women each year.
Between 700 and 800 every year. We have between 700 and 800 new participants enroll every year.
For more information about the Stork's Nest program, visit the March of Dimes website. For MCTV, I'm Sam Ing.
Thanks, Sam. Social media sites like Facebook are a cause of increasing concern among employers searching for the right candidate. Companies are taking precaution to make sure potential employees are portraying an image that is not damaging to the company's reputation.
We've even had some situations where employers have, in the interview process, had a student's Facebook pulled up. And when the student comes in for the interview, they just turn their laptop around and say, "Is this your Facebook?"
Privacy settings or alternate personal pages can also help students' images.
On college campuses around the country, more students are becoming involved with gambling each year. Whether it be poker, table games, or the most popular, sports betting, students have plenty of opportunity to pick up the habit, whether good or bad.
I was losing too much money, and I mean, whenever you're losing, it's not as much fun.
In the United States, 3 million people meet the criteria of being a pathological gambler.
Communication students prepare for the National Student Advertising Competition in Orlando, Florida. Ashley Etheridge takes a look at their efforts to bring Texas Tech the victory.
Texas Tech's ad team held a dress rehearsal to practice for the National Student Advertising Competition at the district level. With a mock budget of $40 million, their objective is to increase the sale of State Farm auto insurance for people ages 18 to 25.
Hello, Jack. Thanks for calling today.
Senior ad team member Curtis Letko says he is excited for the competition and has enjoyed working with all of his team members.
We have a really good, strong group of people in every sector, everything from creative to the research that we've done to the presentation team. We all kind of have what we're good at, and we've all meshed that well together into a great presentation.
Their presentation explained their ideas while using humor and interacting with the audience. Letko says he has high expectations for his team and thinks they have a good chance at winning nationals.
You know, it's gonna elevate our status just that much higher. I mean, we've already had national attending teams like last year. You know, if we can win nationals, you know, we're gonna own.
Last year, Tech's ad team advanced to nationals and placed 6th overall. This year, nationals will be held in Orlando from June 10th through the 12th. From MCTV, I'm Ashley Etheridge.
Tech's National Panhellenic Council held their first step show at Estacado High School over the weekend. Fraternities and sororities competed for the first place title. Vanessa Tucker takes a look at the competition.
Although it has been around for decades, stepping just made its way to Texas Tech as the National Panhellenic Council held their first Greek step show on April 24th at Estacado High School. The show featured historically black fraternities and sororities. Themes included circus clowns and short monologue scenes that allowed for audience participation as well. Advisor to NPHC Greeks, Alan Sutton, said a large event such as this requires work by all participants.
There are always challenges when you're dealing with a lot of student organizations. You know, we had to get 7 student organizations to kind of work together, which is something that they're not normally used to doing.
Zeta Phi Beta member Evilise Tomati says in the end, the MPHC members are benefited.
I see MPHC coming together, and this is a good event to, bring that together.
A college scholarship was also awarded during the show to a senior at Estacado High School. Winners of the competition were chosen based on audience applause. First place prizes of $300 were given to Delta Sigma Theta sorority and Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. Sutton says the show will continue in the fall.
We didn't get as many people as we wanted, but we were off campus. So what we're looking to do next year is to move it on campus, get a little bit more hype surrounding it, and try to make it a little bit more successful next time.
Sutton says this step show was a test run that turned out to be successful. For MCTV, I'm Vanessa Tucker.
We'll be right back after this short break.
After a car accident, Linda Davis needed CPR. Bill Hamilton needed temporary shelter when a fire destroyed his home. During an operation, Haley Reynolds needed a blood transfusion.
Excuse me, may I go into that room, please?
Next year, revenue growth again will be a focus.
Thank you for giving me blood.
Thank you for giving me shelter.
Thank you for saving my life.
Support the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
I got no pulse, we're losing him.
Charging. He's in VFib.
Shock him.
Drives it around all the time. Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
You just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right, this isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
This financial advisor is being accused of committing one of the largest investment frauds in the history of the United States.
I guess we're not going to Aspen. That's fine. You see, I like tennis balls. He likes insider trading. So he's going to jail and I'm going to a shelter. And no, they're not the same thing. Shelters are for good pets that want to be adopted. Jails are for criminals. I've done nothing. Uh-oh. Okay, I stole a cheeseburger once. On my dog.
Welcome back to the MCTV Weekday Update. So Laura, what are you doing this summer?
I'm staying here in Lubbock. I have to do some work. How about yourself?
I got summer school, probably go home, catch some Ranger games. Oh, and I'm best man in a wedding in Jamaica.
Nice. Your summer sounds a little bit better than mine, but I'll make the most of it. That's all the time we have for today. We hope you all enjoy the weekday update throughout the semester.
We hope you have a great summer, and we'll see you in the fall.